Howdy, folks. Welcome to the live. There's a possibility you were just over watching Neil on a quick live there, unboxing a PK he sent me. Thanks, Marco. Let's see who we've got here. Edge Time, thanks for being here, man. Ground Fog, thank you for being here. Thanks, some guys checked in really early here, which is really cool. Mr. Eddie, thank you, sir, for being here. And Mr. Eddie's got the all the cool emojis going on. Angelo, Jason Beecher, thank you for coming by, Jason. I think you'll probably be heading to bed pretty soon, but thank you for stopping by. Y'all let me know in the comments if the audio is okay. All right, let's see. Ginger Fisher, thank you for being here. Just in time. Thank y'all. Marco says, sounds fine. Awesome. Appreciate it. I always wonder. I had a slight hiccup right before it started, and I had to reboot my computer again. I always try to reboot my phone and my tablet and my computer before the live. But and I use my phone as the camera, even though I'm going through my computer, and it did not want to connect up this evening. So Gonzo says, what's up, peeps? Paul Mills, if I didn't say hello to you, thank you for being here. LCAP, thank you for being here. Brian Kerr says, hello again, all. I think some folks are probably coming over here from TKE's Live, and hopefully got to see him unbox the few little items we got him for his reaching 4K, which is really cool. All right, let's see. We've got anybody else? Bluminati Ninjas in the house. Thank you for being here, sir. Rick's now says, new phone, who dis? Rick, thank you for being here. I've probably already seen a few of you already this evening, but it's good to see you over here in the live on this one. So again, thank you all for being here. LCAP, he's been doing pretty good lately. He I think a lot of verticals. I probably should try some verticals. I did a few, but that's not normally my thing. LCAP says I was his second subscriber. And there's TKE. I was just about to say you were probably practicing your handwriting, and it would be late, but there he is, Mr. 4K himself. Loser says verticals stink. I usually watch on my computer, so I'm not disagreeing with you there. I think verticals usually have a few more viewers that otherwise may not be there. And Loser, thank you for being here, sir. And there's Bluminati's Nemesis. Or no, wait. Is Bluminati TK's Nemesis? I think there's a running joke somewhere. But such it is. Bluminati says, I had your car towed. TK says, I do vertical when I get the chance, but if I did one every day, like some folks, I may even be up there with the likes of Kenman, MC, and with gadgets. If you take a look down there at the number of subs that I have, it's not quite to that 4K mark yet there, TK. Gonzo says, whoa. TK told me Metal Complex would be here. It's not out of the realm of possibility. It did happen one time. There was also a rumor that Melissa Backwoods was going to be here last week, but that didn't end up panning out. But now I actually had some friends from work messaging me earlier today asking if Melissa was going to be on the live tonight. So, to which I responded, not likely. Homer Feltus, thank you for being here, sir. All right, if you feel like it, drop what you carried today in the chats, and I'll read them out. TK says Melissa subbed to your channel. I didn't see that. So Dana says I'm here. Does that count? Absolutely. Thank you for being here. I appreciate everyone that takes time out of their day to stop by the live and hang out for a few minutes, especially when there's other lives going on, and some folks are probably in multiple lives at one time. I do that sometimes too. So, but I do appreciate it. Gonzo says I carried my workers all day, my coworkers all day, rather that is. Oh me. That's awesome when you do that, isn't it, Gonzo? TK says he carried the Zon today. And let's see. Let's see if I missed anything. I think TK is liking that Zon. Loser, I'm guessing you didn't like the scales on that. I think it was a Hogue that I saw. I was trying to get ready and move everything into this room, and heard y'all talking about the scales. So I assume you're a big fan there. Paul Mills says I carried my Mordax and Bug Out today. And Mr. Eddie says I carried a Quartermaster something. I can't remember the model. I carried the Tuya Voodoo. What else did I have? The button lock Vulcan Custom. And then I also carried my North Arm Skaha. It does occasionally get some pocket time, so that was what was in the pocket today. Oh, and I did put that one back in the pocket a while ago. I had it out of pocket on my desk, and not today, Neil, not today. Got it on Do Not Disturb. I've got the American Blade Works slip joint, and in a very cool slip from Grizzle Bear Leathercraft. Kind of like blue, so I've got the blue theme going on with my items. Not perfect matchy, but Close enough. All right, let's see what else we've got here. Rick's Knives said Spyderco Endura 4 and we Epaulette. Hey, Jesse, thanks for being here. Appreciate you coming by. Thank you, Lou. If you're talking to me, I'm glad you did that. I appreciate that. Let's see who else we got. Illuminati says, Yo Jumbo, Tucson Tentara, Microjet, Fireball, Pickled Steel Warhog, Hogue K320, QSP Hedgehog, Jack Wolf Knives, Vampire Jack, Arius Crow, Keith TKF Fixie, Lancelot Wallet, Forest Tanks, Protect 1LAA, Protect 1LAA, and a Community Jank. That's a full carry there, Illuminati. I think you did mention the other day that you carried about 14 knives, so that's a portion of them at least. Let's see here. Loser said, like the scales, but maybe not the name, huh? Just in time has been carrying my Lefty Devo Stout V2 Dark Matter Glow. And L Cap says, Spyderco Stretch 2 XL today. Gonzo says, let me get that Slippy. I don't know if he's going to have any of those at Blade or not, but at Blade, Texas. But hopefully he will have some more by Blade Atlanta. And I don't want to get rid of that one. That's a cool slip joint in my opinion. TK it was calling Eddie. Dana says I hid my Cindy and raccoon today. Losers correcting Mr. Eddie's grammar. All right, come on. Scroll down. Rick made a comment about where Illuminati had all those items, but I'm not going there. Dana says I bought a half-face blades crow for my nephew today. He has a birthday coming up, and we thought he needed a win. That's a pretty cool fixed blade. Oh, I know. It's all good, man. All good. Rick's Knives says, everyone make sure to hit that like button. Thank you very much for that. Apparently that helps out the algorithm, or so they say. So I do appreciate that. Dwayne Letterman, thank you for being here. I appreciate you coming by. Whoops. Forgot to hit the button. Loser, are you saying you would like for me to get some, what is it? Mardi Gras music? Something like that? Yeah, I've not figured that out, and I don't like it a lot on some of the lives I listen to. TKE's is usually low enough I don't notice it too much, but there's some it's like that's not my thing, but to each his own. Gonzo says I still hear it somehow. SC Knife Monkey, thank you for being here, man. Loser says, howdy, Cole's favorite. That's awesome. All right, let's see who else we got in here. You guys that are just coming in, thank you for being here. Post up what you carried today, and we've got a box to open, and I'm not sure. I think I know. I don't know how many knives are in it. There's at least one, and there may only be one. But to me, it's a really cool. Um, it's a really cool knife. There's a little bit of a story behind that. Also, I've been invited to do some modifications to this knife here. This is the Latma or Latama Victorium Virtu, and I've been asked to do some anodization to it, and I want to get your guys' input on the colors. I have the color chart pulled up, and we want to take a look at that. And maybe next week we'll do some anodization. So, but I want to. That's on the plans for today, and then just general chat and hanging out. Neil McKenzie says, "How much faster is a knife with speed holes than one without?" Well, to be fair, I'm not a big fan of the speed holes. This one's actually on loan to me from Fred the Lug. The knife itself is pretty cool. It's got really good action and good acoustics as well. But I'm not the biggest fan of the speed holes. In fact, I don't think I own any knife with the speed holes. In fact, most of the knives out here are ones that are on loan to me. I don't even think you can see this one. Let me put that one up there. I just wanted that one to make it interesting. Someone actually mentioned the Opinel knives earlier this week. We're chatting about that. SC Knife Monkey says, we're having a get together Saturday if you want to come, Tommy. I think that's in Commerce, and that's a little bit of a trek for me. We shall see about that, though. I do not know. There may be. I may have to do the same thing I did last Saturday, so we'll see. And last Saturday was actually over in Easley, where y'all were a few weeks ago. So, we shall see. Paul Mills, if I hadn't said hello to you, I think I have. Daddest Outlaw says, I heard this is where the hooligans hang out. There's definitely some hooligans in the crowd. I won't claim to be a hooligan, but I think there are some here. Neil McKenzie, thank you for being here. Gonzo says they just make it cut faster. Some of the so some knives have some speed holes that I think fingers could theoretically be in when a knife drops, and I don't know why, but that just kind of bothers me a little bit. Not this one per se. The way they did the bevels around the speed holes makes it look that way, but it's not my preferred scale design. Rick's now says, after run, everyone have a good evening. Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Rick, for coming by. Tried to talk. Loser said, is one of those Jared's crime themed knife? It is. This one's actually on loan to me from TKE. This is the misdemeanor. Has a nice little ting to it when deployed. But So yeah. Paul Mills says, "Yep, misdemeanor. I want one." And TK says, "Put that down." So this one's actually on loan from TKE as well as the Clydesdale here, which by the way is a really cool knife. The I think the anodization on this one was done by Mr. Eddie. And that's a really cool knife. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this knife when it was out was like 125, and you've got I think it's 14C on the blade steel. I don't have the information in front of me right now, but I think it's 14C. You've got the nice titanium scales and pocket clip. Pocket clip's a little hard getting in and out of pocket. And I wish that forward choil was a little bit bigger, but all in all, not a bad knife at all. So that one's pretty cool. Plus, I put a few knives in here just to make sure that Mr. Eddie saw that I still had them. Mr. Eddie's, I got to send these two to Mr. Eddie. And then Fred the Lug sent me this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. This is the High Grain Designs DeVille. Pretty cool knife as well. I love those the gold dark matter scale inlay. So that one's pretty cool. Good action on that one as well. All right, let's see. Mad Yako is here. I see. And I think I lost the chat. Yeah, apparently TK doesn't want me. He tried to say there was a scratch on it the other day, but I don't see any scratches. I haven't. I mean, just a little bit of drywall and a little bit of batoning. That was it. There should have been nothing to make any scratches. All right, 1931 Leatherworks says, "Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here." TK confirmed that it was 14C28N. Dwayne and Paul saying hello to Tactical Terry. And there's Mad Yako, I think I mentioned before. Let's see. Lou, hit him up. I think he was planning on doing some knife making this week, and maybe he can consider your request there. So get with him, because I do know he was planning on doing some of his knife making this week, if I'm not mistaken. So check with him. Ron Dobbins, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Says, hello, everyone. Oh, and Mr. Eddie says, I keep forgetting. So Loser has reminded you now. Mutt Stumbo, thank you for being here. Do appreciate it. We got 31 people in here. That's pretty awesome. That is really cool. Maybe I need to get TKE to do this every Tuesday night. Maybe. I'm sure he would love that. Except part of the time he's actually driving driving home and listening. So, all right, let's see. Which knife is so ugly? This one? You're not talking about this one, are you? TC Blades, thank you for being here. TK said I would make drywall jokes about my Tommy knives, but alas, I have no Tommy knives. Gonzo said I would say the misdemeanor needs to be sharpened. Look, though I can pull out the sharpener. It's in the other room, but I can go get it, and we could sharpen the Cheb or the misdemeanor. That's maybe the only two that I would actually sharpen. It's a Quiet Carry Waypoint L. Pretty cool knife as well. Brian Dobbins says, today I'm carrying Vero Mini Nova in titanium scales, Urban EDC Merco, and Chavez titanium pry bar Gerberdine multi-tool. Sounds like a pretty cool carry. Ron Dobbins says, smash that thumbs up, everyone. Thank you for doing that and reminding us, Ron Dobbins. Ron Dobbins says, I just ordered the Microtech Annex knife. I have not a clue what that one is. I'll need to look that one up, and I will try to do so. There are quite a few knives that were mentioned this week, and I saw several budget models that I thought looked pretty cool, and I don't even remember the name of them. One of them was Petrified Fish. I can't remember the name now. Viper. Petrified Fish Viper, I think it was. That one looked pretty cool, and there was another one. I can't remember what it is, though. No, that may not be right. I may be getting two knives mixed up. We'll see. All right. TC Blade says, what's the purple and black knife? This is the Wee Baloo. It's front flipper. Well, technically it's front flipper only, but you can get into the opening hole there. This one's pretty fidget friendly. Watch me try to cut myself on camera here. It's an Ostap Hell design, and I want to say it's in 390, maybe. Titanium with carbon fiber inlays. Nice mill clip. Polished flats on the blade, and then kind of a stonewash black finish on there. Actually, a pretty cool knife. I didn't like it so much when I first got it, but it's not bad at all. That's actually a Fred the Lug sent that one in. I'm assuming the no was maybe sharpening the cheb, and that's not very nice. I think my sharpening abilities are such that I could probably sharpen that one up pretty good, Mr. Eddie. Just saying. Let's see. Whelming Adventure says, hi, everyone. And Drew Dude's here as well. Found out Drew Dude doesn't live terribly far from me, so it's always cool when you find some folks that live at least somewhat close. Oh, y'all were saying do a pull through. Well, funny you should say that. I got a knife the other day, and what have I done with that case? I don't remember. It's the coolest thing, though, y'all. Apparently, I've misplaced it, though. Hmm. Oh well. It had it had a plastic case on it, and on the back of it, it had a pull-through sharpening um, device, which will be part of the review of said knife. But I don't know where it got to. I may have taken it in the other room. I'm not sure. Not a fan of that particular sharpening system, but you know, no, I wouldn't do that to Mr. Eddie's knife. Wouldn't do that. Gonzo says I usually throw my dull knives away and get new ones so I don't have to sharpen. Gonzo, send them over to me. I'll sharpen them. I'll sharpen them live. Don't throw them away. Which I know you're probably kidding, but anyhow. All right. Whelming Adventure says I just got the Sin Cut Regnator, and I probably butchered that name, but anyhow. You're probably talking about this one here, maybe, or maybe that one. I'm not sure. TC Blades. Are you talking about this one? It's the Wee Nas Baloo BALOO. I want to say maybe. I think it's BALOO. I think it. I think they still have some of them in stock, but they're not. They're not an inexpensive knife. I think that was part of the problem, maybe with them, is that the the pricing on them. But I mean, you're talking about carbon fiber. You talk about titanium. If you'll notice, there's the one screw that you take loose on this side, and then you lift. Of course, you take the pivot out, and then you kind of lift that side off, and all the hardware's underneath. Um, so it's actually pretty cool. Illusion says, I'm making an effort not to get blades with holes in them anymore. And I that's my preferred. Reverse flicking is my preferred opening method. So that's generally the ones that I like. Mr. Eddie's ignoring me, maybe, about sharpening his knife, probably. DC Blades, I think you may be an Anderson, so yeah, you're probably one of the closest to me, if that's what you're talking about. Ron Dobbins says, hope everyone in this chat's having a great day and night tonight. And thank you, Ron Dobbins. Hope you are as well. TC Blades, are the rumors true? Yeah, I have not a clue. Good deal, TC. Ron Dobbin says, Gons, I buy a new knife almost every other week so I don't have to sharpen mine too. Very cool. All right, let's go ahead and get the knives off the table. We've been going for a while here. And let me get the box out and we'll take a look at what's there. I'll clear off the table and talk about the knives that are on here for a little bit while we're doing so. Of course, this was the aforementioned. None for now. Thanks for being here, man. This is the aforementioned Neves Knives misdemeanor that TK is letting me take a look at. And I would like to be able to flip that with the side of the finger, but that one's not doing it. It's got a pretty stiff D10. But really good action as well. I like the scales. Pretty cool, kind of the dimpled pattern in them. I don't know what he's calling them. Said Stevie says, Neves Knives, never heard of her. Hey, said Stevie. Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate you coming by. All right. Loser says, I have been here 30 minutes and received no help with any gadgets. Well, technically, Loser, knives are gadgets. So you've received all kinds of information about knives while you're here, right? Right? Maybe? Okay. All right, and this one was hiding at the bottom here. This is the Artisan Cutlery, and I'm forgetting the name of this one. Y'all help me out. It's a Laconico design. It's S35VN. Oh man. Starts with a C, I think, but I'm forgetting what it is. This getting old part. Mr. Eddie will get a laugh out of that. And I got the cheat sheet for some of these knives. This is the Civivi Sakoki. And again, probably butchered the name of the knife, but pretty cool. Again, this is another Ray Laconico design. I think the other one was Centauri, maybe. Could have been. But this one is Civivi, and it's a pretty cool knife. I like the, I guess this would be the burlap type micarta. Really well done, in my opinion. Works well with the thumb studs and the front flipper. Let's see if I can do this without slinging the knife across the table, which has happened before. TC Blade says, yep, Centauri. G-Ball Vision. G-Ball is here. Let me hit the camera and make it bounce around a little bit. Just kidding, Greg. Thank you for being here, man. Gonzo says, I'm missing some conversation here. Oh, let's see. TK says, listing and packaging. Kev says, Mr. Said, gatekeeper. I think I know what that one's about. Let's see. What if we need a gadget fix? I've got all kinds of gadgets around here. I guess I just need to branch off into more gadgets other than knives. We'll see. All right. TC says he's talking about the carbon fiber on one of the knives. No, for now says I like the Neves knife a lot. It is pretty cool. I'm not disliking that one at all. All right, this is the High Grain Designs DeVille, fancy name for a somewhat fancy knife. I like that the opening hole runs pretty much the entire length of the blade. Um, so wherever you put your finger to open it on the reverse flick, it works well. Front flipper works pretty good as well. That's you have to be you have to think about that one a little bit more to open with the front flipper, in my opinion. But the opening hole and the fuller there work really well, in my opinion. I like that. Dana says, I have a fondness for bit drivers and lights. And I don't even pull out the lights. In fact, I haven't carried this one. This is I'm a bit of a light nerd as well. This one is a 4.7s Quark Mini, the double A version. I don't carry this as much as I used to, but as you can tell, it's had lots of pocket time. But I've usually got at least two or three lights on me at any given time. Got an O light and a mini pineapple. So usually there's a light. Uh, there's usually a Hank in pocket. My earbuds, titanium pry bar, the Vero Fulcrum, another flashlight in a cargo pocket. That's pretty much that's the parts that I'm going to put on the table there at least. So very cool. This is the man, I am terrible at names tonight. Jaberski, Raven, nicknamed or shortened to Cheb. Chebkov. I'm butchering that name. I'm not even trying anymore. I've said it a bunch of times and then now it doesn't want to work. But this is a really cool knife and beautiful blade as well as beautiful scales there. So I've got to get that one reviewed and sent off to Mr. Eddie. As mentioned before, this is the Wee Knives Baloo. Personally, I'm not sure about the purple pinkish color, but the action on it's really good. The front flipper works very well, and you can use the opening hole somewhat. So, although I don't think it's meant for such, this is the um, Clydesdale New Breed Knives Clydesdale. And that one's another really cool knife. We've got the Quiet Carry Waypoint L. So that's Another very thin knife on washers. Carries well in pocket. The knurling on there is very cool, and it's got a Lynch Northwest pocket clip. And this is the Kaiser Hawk. Very generous opening hole on this particular knife. Flipper works well. Opening hole works well. Pocket clip works well. Don't dislike this one at all. Although, as was mentioned, I don't know if there are other versions that maybe don't have the speed holes, but not the biggest fan of the speed holes. The backspacer is certainly different as well, but it matches that pivot collar, so can't complain there. That pocket clip works well. And this is the Tuya Knives Voodoo, David Freeman design, and Tuya. And this is like a orange peel texture on the scales. Wish it had a little. It's kind of slick in my opinion, but not bad at all. That one's been in pocket a good bit lately. This is Opinel, and I don't remember which. Oh, this is number 9. Opinel number 9. I picked this up at a shop in Opp, Georgia. My wife and I were driving around and picked that up as a knife I thought was pretty neat. And quite a history on those knives that I don't know by heart, but I do know that I remember there was some history associated with that. Let's see, I'm getting behind in some. Let me go up here. I am not sure. Okay. Loser's having problems with emojis and picks the wrong one. That's what I'm seeing. Up there. Gonzo says such an ugly knife in my opinion. Probably talking about the Hawk there. Chubrakov, Mr. Eddie says he's helping me out, and I've said it many times now, and still forgot. Loser says a very nice selection of knives. It's like being on RNK's channel without that horrible kazoo. I do tend to at times hit that mute button when I know that's coming. Loser. And Salty Pines EDC, thank you for being here, man. Appreciate it. And there's some discussion here with some things going on. Todd Carr, evening, everyone. Thank you, Todd Carr, for being here. I do appreciate it. Very awesome. And let's see. Caleb1776. Thank you for being here, man. And None for Now says, love that Hawk. Oh, me. Baddest Outlaw says, I love my Tuya Voodoo. It's, when I got it, it wasn't broke in very well, and it is starting to come around, and it is pretty good. there's some discussion about subs and all that. I'm just going to keep on scrolling, but I'm glad that you guys are having a conversation. Henry G, this is actually just a sticker. I got stickers in last week, and so that's just my sticker there. Daddy's Outlaw, I had the Tuya. It says I got the Tuya shocker on the way. My nephew actually let me borrow his shocker, and I was very impressed with that. That's not a bad knife at all. Gonzo says misdemeanor giveaway now. Gonzo, you will have to ask Mr. 4K himself, as that's his misdemeanor. And if I were to do a giveaway with that right now, he might visit me. And I don't know that I want to visit from TKE because I messed with his misdemeanor. G-Ball Vision says the voodoo and the shocker are both epic. I can't complain there. It's not a bad knife at all. I like the shocker, and I've enjoyed the voodoo so far. Loser wants to have a giveaway for all of TK's knives. He wants to give away the misdemeanor and the Clydesdale. Thing Ross says Freeman down thumbs, and I don't know what the I don't know the story there. I'll have to look into that. Dang Ross. Daddy's Outlaw likes the kazoo, especially when people are waiting for giveaway, and he keeps getting super chats, and that's that's begun to be the thing with him. I think he'll draw it out, and I can't say as I blame him. He's putting on a show, and people like it, so that's all right. All right, let's see. Okay, got some conversation going on. Let's see. TK says I will drive to whatever Carolina it is that you live in. I might be safe, but I think he has. I think he has my address. He would figure it out. I'm pretty sure. Henry G says it's cool for a sticker and it has my initials on it, and I like that. Well, that's awesome. And your name, your middle name is actually starts with a W. Is that right, or just the H and the G? And Ginger Fisher said minivan is better than the shocker. I haven't tried that one yet. Let's see. TK says I will have a giveaway for Tommy's address. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Not really. TK said gifted one Help with Gadgets membership. Let's see who got that. Salty Pines EDC got that. So thank you very much, TKE, and congratulations to Salty Pines. I had to look over on the other screen there to figure that out. And let's see. So congratulations, Salty Pines. All right, let's see. Excuse me. $1931 Leatherworth says I had to stop going to the lives because of the kazoo. Oh me. And then Loser I like Loser's way of thinking. He said, I wouldn't accept it, Salty. TK, there's always strings attached. That's pretty funny. Paul Mills, thank you so much. I do appreciate that. And once again, thank you to everyone that's here tonight, hanging around and having fun for a few minutes. TK says, if the knives can get there, so can I. And I won't go through Denver on the way like USPS. That made no sense to me. I sent, I sent TK a package, or he sent me a package. I can't remember which one it was now. And he lives in Louisiana. I live in South Carolina. Somehow the package ended up in Denver for several days. And actually, the two that I sent out, the two winners from the 1,000 sub giveaway last Tuesday night, I sent those out Thursday. Packed them up Wednesday and then sent them out Thursday morning or Thursday evening when USPS actually gets to my house. And one of them was supposed to be going to Kentucky, went to somewhere in Florida, and it has stayed there for 3 days now, I think. Punta Gorda, Florida, maybe. No, maybe that's not it. Anyhow, somewhere in Florida, and it's stayed there for several days now. The other one went to Charlotte, North Carolina, and has stayed there. It's supposed to go to Arizona. So I think USPS is still struggling a little bit there. All right. Salty Pines, thank you for the super chat. It says thank you, TKE. And Salty Pines, thank you for that as well. Appreciate it, man. Fred the Lug says hello all. Fred, if you're working, be careful, man. And thank you for being here. And I don't know what G-Ball is talking about. I'm just gonna keep on scrolling here. I think I'm to the end of the scrolling. So this one is the Latama Victorium Virtu, and we want to talk about that one in a few minutes. As I mentioned, I've been invited to do some anodization to it, and I want to get you guys' opinion on that. All right, let's get the box out here. And okay, here we go. Let's see. TK says, I watched U-Balls behind the scenes today, and boy, do I need to up my lighting game. I'll have to check that one out because I could definitely use some better lighting, I believe. I tried a different bulb that was a little bit different color and a lot brighter, but it was wouldn't act right. There was some flickering going on, and I decided that wasn't gonna work. Later, Neil McKenzie, thank you for being here, man. Appreciate it. Ty Carr says, longest I've waited on USPS was 2 months. I believe Mimo had one over 3 months, though. That's just crazy. And, man, that's... The bad thing is, a lot of times we're shipping knives, and sometimes those knives aren't the cheapest thing to be shipping. And, in fact, when I'm shipping out anymore, if I'm shipping out the more expensive knives, I'm going to UPS and go that route because it makes no sense. I've had packages touring the Southeast for days that make no sense for what they're doing. So anyway. DK says, still no help with gadget stickers here at the house. Just an update. I've got to send back the cookie box. I've got to send back your knives, and I'm putting it all together. Oh, plus Cole's winnings from the other night. I've got to send that as well. So Illuminati is, I'm not sure what that is. TC Blades, thanks for being here, and thank you for becoming a member. Do appreciate that. G-Ball says, I will be doing a live tomorrow again. I'll have to try to remember that, but tomorrow's probably going to be nuts. And thank you, TC Blades. I appreciate that, man. G-Ball had a nice lantern on his desk the other day. I kind of like lanterns too. That was neat. All right, let's see. TK says G-Ball has more fixed blades than I have folders, and TK's got a few folders. So, all right, None for Now says I got lucky. I got an Asgear, and it came to Indiana from California in 3 days, no problems. And I think that's kind of what it's supposed to happen, but doesn't always happen that way. All right, let's get into this box. Yeah, but Illuminati says still no cookies or TK stickers at this house since we're doing updates. And thank you, Illuminati. I appreciate you having my back, man, because TK likes giving me a hard time, and trying to open this to where the address doesn't show. So we're just gonna cut the corner off here. And I think we've just got one knife. Caleb says mine came quick too in 2 days, so that's cool. And TK says looking around the garage for blue, no blue. G-Ball Vision says if you guys come get them, I have stickers. Oh, Nemesis. I will confirm. Oh, and Mr. Eddie says, G-Ball, I want stickers. You go into Blade. Loser says, I love a Cole cookie, but apparently BFFs don't get treats. Only Cole's favorites do. If that's the case, I do have some cookies. I have some lemon bars. And that's after live, I think I'm going to go in there and get some lemon bars. I think that's what I'm going to do. TK says I still have 0 G-Ball stickers, and I don't think I've had any either. I don't think so. Mr. Eddie's planning on going to Blade. This will be his first Blade show. So sorry about that. This will be his first Blade show, so that would be pretty cool. But Minotti says I'm going to hit Walmart tomorrow for some cookies. All right, so this knife, I found out that Carco had this knife and asked him if I could check it out. So that one's a little bit of a crazy knife. I believe it's called the Dreadnought, and I believe the story behind this, it's made by Eric Luther, and he actually lived over. TC probably knows. He lived over in Anderson, the Anderson area, and had moved to Georgia and was setting up his new shop, and passed away. It turns out that from what his brother said, there was an issue with some new meds, and he's no longer with us. So this is a pretty cool knife. I had actually met Eric at Blade Show last year and was checking out some of his knives, and it was his designs are different than what I would normally carry. So, but there was something about the design that I really liked, and thought he had some really cool knives. Was hoping to get to go check out his shop and do a shop tour, but then he ended up moving and all that stuff. So, all right, let's see. Gonzo says I got some cookies, but store bought. Let's see. Caleb says Atlanta will be my first Blade show. Very cool, Caleb. I've been 3 times, I believe now. I am planning on going this year, Lord willing, and nothing happens, because it's a lot of fun. I've already put in the request with the CFO, and apparently she's not opposed. So nothing planned thus far that weekend, and that is currently the plan. Mr. Eddie says Carco said to send it to me. Now you'll have to get him to verify that. All right, let's see. You guys are having fun, and Loser says I don't trust knives that are wider than they are long. TK says Walmart's more consistent but less free. All right, let's open this thing up. I'm just taking a look. There's I think his logo is actually under the inlay there in that relief, and I think Carco said he's getting some different inlays. Got a cool pocket clip. And unlike all of the other knives that, or most of the other knives that Carco sent last time, this one's actually correct-handed. All right. Hopefully Carco will let me do a disassembly and cleaning of this one. Oh, man. That reverse flick is spot on. That is a beefy knife. But again, I like it. And that's a lot bigger knife than I usually carry. But that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. It is a chunky boy. Probably not a captive pivot. I got to verify with Carco, but I think he said it was okay to disassemble. As you can see, it's if Carco has it, I think he carries and uses it a good bit. It's got a floating backspacer. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. And it's got some pocket lint in it too. So that's really cool. I'll be interested in trying out that pocket clip. But I like that. Yeah. That one's going to be a fun one to check out. TC Blade says, I will definitely be at Atlanta. TKE says, I like that one. Yeah, I do too. Like I said, this is his designs. They were different than what I'm usually carrying. So I mean, my things to carry would be, a knife like that, or a knife like this, or the three I carried today. This is significantly different than that. Let me check that out. Loser says you need more drop points and spear points in your collection. Oh wow, that pocket clip actually works really well. Not gonna lie, this knife takes up some real estate in pocket. I'm gonna pull out the scale here and measure this bad boy. And so I just got the stickers in last week, and I did have a my old logo on here, and I was like, oh, this will be great. I'm gonna pull this the logo, the big logo off, and have my sticker there, but not thinking about the light up there. So all right, I guess that. All right, let's see how heavy this thing is. I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess 9 ounces. 9.45 ounces. So I wasn't terribly off, but um, wasn't wasn't completely wrong either. Yeah, that's a good point, G Ball. I may be able to spread the lights out a little bit so they're not direct. And that's a good point. Carco has some interesting knives. I'm not gonna lie. He sent me the Blessed Knife Newt to check out, left-handed, and that's the first time I've checked that one out. And, well, there's only about 20 knives total, I think. So the chances of even getting to touch one of those is not very likely, and yet I was able to do so. TC, yeah, it's I saw several people did that. That was a bad situation. Loser guessed 5 pounds. You were yep. I was fixing to say you're a little off, and you said the exact same thing. And Mr. Eddie is trying to stir something up. So anyhow, we'll get that out of the way. That that is cool, man. I would love to be able to pick up one of his knives, but they are they are kind of expensive. Very cool. All right, let's. Mr. Eddie thrives on chaos. Yes, yes, he does. All right, let me get my Now it's back in my pocket that I was carrying today. All right, let's talk about this knife here. And so I've been invited to do some anodization, and I'm thinking having the scales one color and this backspacer, which is actually pretty cool, and then the pocket clip a different color. And I think that's a ceramic ball. It should. I don't think anything would happen with that in the solution, but I don't know about etching it. We'll have to find out. I'm going to have to think about that. The pocket clip may may stay the color it is, so I don't know if the backspacer needs to stay the same as the clip, and then I got to figure out what to do on the scales themselves. That is the 1911 knife, as some would call it. TKA actually did a review of that. Loser says, judging from all the titanium, I take you're allergic to micarta, G10, and other peon materials. Absolutely not. I've got micarta. I've got more micarta. I've got some G10. In fact, I've got a good bit of G10. And I've got budget knives too. That just happened to be the ones that I had out that I'm needing to do videos on here pretty directly. So lots of G10, lots of micarta, probably some plastic. But no. Fred says, might look cool with the. I thought about that too, Fred, to do it with a higher voltage and then polish off this part. It might change the texture a little bit, but I think that's doable with maybe some Scotch-Brite or something like that, and then have this a different color, and then down in there would be the other color. Thought about that. I don't think, and I could be wrong. I don't know that moves. It's just set in there, so I don't think that actually moves. I don't think it would come out though. I'm just concerned about the etch on the surface of that ceramic. I assume that's a ceramic ball. I'm going to have to do some research on that. I don't know. Absolutely not, loser. I don't. I've got the Vosteeds. I've got several knives that my daughter gave me. She gave me the Kubi here. I've got a what is this thing? Montosa. Things that'll be in my collection for. They'll remain in my collection. So I've even got a petrified fish with the G Mascus scales, which actually I like. But so I like expensive knives, but I also like budget knives, and I was actually showing Mr. Eddie a couple that I was interested in today. All right, let's look at the anodization um, chart and try to get some ideas. Let's see if I can do this. I need to switch back over there. I need to present, share screen, and I've actually got that. And that's not what I wanted. Let's stop screen. Let's try that again. Present. Loser, not tonight. I need to take it apart and do all the cleaning and stuff, but I'm thinking next week we may try the live ano. We've done it before. Fred sent me a what was that? I don't even remember the name of the knife now. He'll have to help me out. But next week we may try that. That's what I wanted to share. There we go. We're just coming up with some ideas on which colors to do. So I can probably do most of the colors here. And let me see if that's still showing over there. There we go. So if I do the scales in one color, I can actually what I can do is actually do the entire scale with a higher voltage and then polish these off, and so that color remains down in these, as Fred called them, cat scratches there, and actually make that a different color. And then possibly the back spacer to be a different color. Caleb says the top left. Talking about the 72.5 volt. No, I don't know about pink. Maybe for in here. JK, yeah, Fred mentioned that. That's the JK. Mr. Eddie, behave yourself, sir. Anodization. Is that better? 66 volt. No. That's pink. Loser, I'm thinking a blue color. Maybe with and I might could do the scratch color the same as the backspacer in the clip. That would look pretty cool, wouldn't it? I'm thinking blue for the scale. Maybe something along. Well, maybe not. That may not be the best blue. So I just need to figure out. I'm thinking a blue for the scale color. What color should the backspacer and the scratch and the clip be? Would a gold color with maybe 55 be good for that? So maybe a 27.5. Maybe a 27.5 for the scale, and then 55 for the other items. 67. You like that pink, do you? I didn't think you were a fan of pink knives, Mr. Eddie. Or 80 volts looks pretty cool too. 40 volts. The 40 volts is, yeah, that's a very light blue. That wouldn't be bad. I'm thinking more of a blue, like 25, 27 though. Although, I mean, the pinkish, the like 75 would be a pretty, or 77.5 would be a pretty cool color for the backspacer. That's true. 1931. Finish will change the color. Loser says blue. Different shades of blue. Mr. Eddie doesn't like blue. He likes pink. We're going to have to figure this out. But I think this is a pretty good palette to work with. I wonder how the like the 25 would be on the scales with 40 volt for the backspacer and the clip. 25. That'd be a dark blue with silver. That may be. Write that down. That 40's got just a tinge of blue in it. So it wouldn't be exactly like the raw titanium. Spacer. All right. And you know what? If we don't like it, we can always redo it. $72.5. Yeah, that's kind of the purplish color, I think. But Stumbo says 60. That's kind of the goldish color, and that's not bad either. 1931 Leatherwork says my favorite blue is the 77 volts. Yeah, I can see that. That's pretty cool too. Why are we talking about pineapple pizza? Of course it belongs on pizza if you want it on pizza. G-Ball says I like the blanage. I'm not sure what that is. Of course, Mr. Eddie's, surprisingly enough, apparently did not have Taco Bell today, or at least not for dinner. He may have had for lunch. Who knows? And apparently just had pizza for dinner. But anyway, we will plan. We will plan on this for next week, unless something changes. There'll also be some good discussion, I'm assuming, about Blade Show, because I think several of you folks that are here are planning on going. So, Ty Carr says, "Wonder what you get if you hit it with, like, say, 1,000,000 volts." Well, that's a good question, Ty Carr. But seeing as I don't have a power supply that'll do 1,000,000 volts, we're not going to do that one. Plus, it's dangerous enough with just 100 volts. G-Ball says I go with 2,000,000. I think you might have to like harness the power of a thunderstorm or something to get all that. Let's see. We're talking about pew-pews. Deep purple with gold accents. That's a good one too, Illuminati. Kind of like the colors on your sticker, on your logo. That's true, Ty Car. If you folks hadn't checked out American Blade Works, um, they're actually going to be at Blade Show, Texas, I believe. And good folks. Actually, I've modified this knife a little bit. Actually, Michael modified it a little bit for me, so very cool. But yeah, it's that's the plan for next week. That's the plan for next week. We'll try some different things, and then we'll see. We'll go from there. But you may see that knife around for a future giveaway as well. So we'll have to see what happens there. 1931. This one here, this Virtu. It's very smooth polished, and was thinking about doing maybe the inside of those scratches the same as the whatever I decide to do, the backspacer and maybe the clip. I'm wondering about this ceramic ball in there with putting it in etch, so I may not be able to etch that. So that one's going to be pretty cool. No, we're not talking about giving away Carco knives. We're talking about this knife, Mr. Eddie. This one, the 1911 one. Future. H Time says I wouldn't change anything on that knife. It's not a bad knife. It's actually pretty cool. And I think they did a good job of the design here at the back. I don't use lanyards, but that was, in my opinion, a good way to do it. $60 on that would make the gold more of a light bronze color. Okay, etch will not affect the ceramic. That's what I was thinking, but I haven't tried that before, so I like to find out. Loser, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it, and have enjoyed the commentary from you tonight. Thank you for being here, and hope you have a good evening. 1931 Leatherworks is talking about the voltage, and I tried some things that he told me. We had a live anno that went kind of crazy month or so ago, and I learned a lot and made some improvements on the process that I was doing. So that was pretty cool. All right, you guys. I think that's all I had to cover tonight. I appreciate everyone coming by. We've been on for an hour and a half. What's my favorite flower? So now Eddie, it's time to go when Mr. Eddie starts asking the questions. But I don't really have a favorite flower. I don't guess, Mr. Eddie, whichever flowers it is that my wife likes. That's my answer. But I appreciate you guys hanging around for a little while. Hope y'all have an awesome rest of your day, and hope to see you again soon. Y'all have a good night.